how much did you make exactly last month?
So in terms of rev, 58,500 US dollars. And then in terms of cash collected after transaction fees, $40,000.
This video right here is going to show you undeniable proof that you can scale and automate your business as a coach to $50,000 and beyond. Our clients Dan and Ed have just made that. Two absolute legends. They made over $50,000 in a single month while providing amazing value to their clients as well. So I'm very proud of them, very happy. I've interviewed the fellas on their way to $100,000 a month. So another halfway through, they're absolutely crushing it. Get inspired, pay attention, and let's go.
The Answer brothers, good to see you. Where are you tuning in from? Are you tuning different cities?
Yeah.
Same country, different cities.
Oh, no shit.
Rome,
Yeah, Rome
and
and
Milan.
Oh, my two favorite freaking Italian cities. What brings you to Milan? What brings the other one to Rome?
I'm just seeing family at the moment for like a week.
All right. What about you, Ed?
I was blessed to discover Milan because a client of mine from San Francisco happened to come here. He wanted to do, he flew into Milan for some shopping, the usual stuff,
As we all do, right? Like
We all do.
we all just go to Milan for the show. That's amazing. I mean, talking about that already. So you guys have been crushing it since last time we spoke. I think the last interview we've had, it was a 10K a month interview or 20K a month or something like that. And now you cracked another milestone. So how much did you make exactly last month?
So I just checked. So in terms of rev, 58,500 US dollars. And then in terms of cash collected after transaction fees, $40,000.
Nice.
It's good.
That's beautiful.
Big jump.
Yeah, I mean, look, right away, I want to say, like, you guys have been with us for a while now. And while, you two guys are dating coaches, and a lot of dating coaches, because they're very successful in the dating life, they kind of have a little bit of ego and, like, oh, I'm so cool, da-da-da. And while you guys might have this in your private life, in your professional life, you're like humble, you get your weekly portion of bullshit, right? You get your weekly portion of harsh feedback from us, and you just freaking execute. And I mean, the end result, $58,000 in a single month for two people. That's pretty freaking juicy. So I have told you this many times before, but I'm really proud of you guys. And you guys are a perfect example of crushing it in private life, but then having the humility and the cleverness to crush it in the business life as well, and really get that feedback. And I'm telling you already, like, we'll do another video once you guys crack the 100K. And we're close. Like, the scaling mechanism is in place. We just got to increase the leverage on the front end. And that's basically it. But let's backtrack a little bit. So for the people who haven't watched the first video, what's your niche? Who's your audience? Kind of what do you do with your clients?
yeah, so we're basically helping with the dating niche. So we're helping usually our target audience right now is entrepreneurs, like men, like more in their 30s and 40s. After, like, we've had a lot of, like, our best clients have been like men who just got divorced and who are like now getting back in the dating game. They've been out of the game for maybe 20 years, and they're basically, it's very new for them, all of this, like Instagram, online dating. And so we're kind of just getting them, like, really adapted, to what's happening nowadays.
And the cool thing is here, yeah, sure, we're talking about like, oh, look, these guys are making so much money, la-di-da, but you're also really freaking committed to helping your clients. And it's really cool because you're bringing in this kind of like youthful energy. Like I said, like you said, most of your clients, they're kind of rediscovering the dating life. They're they're coming back into this whole dating scene after, divorce, or, they're just a little older than, some 20-year-old. And you guys bring in this like youthful energy, but at the same time, you have this very unique connection to these kind of clients, because while you are not in your 40s yourself or divorced, at least as far as I know, I hope you're not divorced. At the same time, you are business owners yourself. Right? You are people that know what it means to focus on your career and not have a lot of time to just go down the whole classic dating route. So you have a very unique twist that I don't see in many other dating coaches. It's very, very unique. And while it's very, very great that you guys are making 50K a month now and soon 100K a month, it's merely a reflection of the type of value that you're providing to your clients. And that's really freaking amazing. So at this point also, you know, if someone's watching this and you're like, hey, you know, I could use some dating advice help here, Dan and Ed, I can personally vouch for these folks, not just because they're my clients, but at the same time, because I know how committed they are to their clients, because, you know, that's of course something that we help you with as well. And it's pretty interesting. So you guys do predominantly online coaching, but at the same time, we started implementing a lot of in-person stuff as well, where you actually hang out with your clients in person. So tell me a little bit about that.
So far we've done it, but on a very kind of light basis, being able to travel a lot. We've been doing our best to hang out with clients and know them kind of on a more, personal basis. But then in the month of September, we'll be running our first in-person event in Colombia. So it'll be a good opportunity for, ourselves and clients to get together and really get to fast track a lot of their success. So it will be hopefully the first of a series, because I think it's definitely something that we want to leverage a lot.
100%. I mean, my first business was the dating advice business as well. I used to do everything just purely offline in the beginning, but then later on, I used to do everything purely online. And what I really noticed is like the biggest one is kind of like a mix between these two, where you meet people offline. You can really work on their body language, you can work on their intonation, all that jazz. And then after that, you go down the online route where you say, okay, so we've done the offline thing, we've kind of worked on the soft skills in person, and now we do the prolonged online for the accountability, for the feedback, and so on and so forth. So I think online only is great. It works very well too. But if you then also have the opportunity to meet clients in person, it's of course a little bit of a bonus too. And I mean, we have even met once or twice now in person too, which is really freaking awesome. Even though you guys are literally like among the three of us, we've traveled like 3-4 continents, which is pretty freaking cool. And here's the interesting part. So the mechanism that really helped you guys to go from 10K a month to 50K a month is actually Instagram. More specifically, short form videos, Instagram Reels, going viral with those, semi-viral, and so on and so forth. That's really interesting. And that's kind of like what we've been teaching now over the past, I think, 12 months, where we really say like, it's such a great mechanism to go with Instagram because you have such crazy organic reach just with these short form videos. They're very low maintenance to create these short form videos. I mean, they're 15 to 30 seconds long, as opposed to back in the days when I did it, 2013 to 16-ish, it was like freaking YouTube videos. And these YouTube videos were like 30 minutes to 3 hours long. And now you guys are basically making the same amount of money that I used to make, at least in the beginning, with like freaking 30-second videos. Walk me a little bit through that. How was it for you guys to get started with these videos, if you kind of think back to the starting point?
I mean, maybe we should have had the experience of YouTube and creating long form videos, because to us, even coming into the short form videos, it felt quite daunting, and I wasn't used to getting in front of a camera and just being controversial, kind of speaking my mind, just acting a little crazy. So it was a big learning curve, but I think the growth really happened in the last couple of months, where we thought we need to divide our roles and responsibilities here, so that we can get really good at all the various things that really make a business tick. And that's when I really started immersing myself and just working with you at getting feedback with content and making sure that the general setup and the message was just getting delivered in a better and better way.
Yeah. It's beautiful that you mentioned that. So if you look at kind of like the work that we've been putting in over the last couple months, specifically the work that got you to 50K, what was kind of like the biggest helper for you in regards to working with us that helped you with the scaling process?
I mean, definitely like the recent feedback with the content, and also just dividing our roles, like because we're both business owners, we were thinking, yeah, we got to do everything. Like we got to do the coaching together, we got to do the sales together, we got to do the everything together. But when we just focused on getting really good at one or two skills, like each, then we got really good at 1 or 2 skills each. So, you know, I've been getting a lot better at sales and like managing the team. And, you know, Ed has been getting a lot better at the content and, you know, the coaching. So I think really focus and just having the feedback, you know, the constant feedback from you, like with the content being like premium, you know.
100%, and you guys really stepped it up with that also from my perspective. And the cool thing is, and I always love to say that, I'm sure you don't want to hear that, but neither of you guys is like naturally super charismatic. And I'm saying this from a point of love and respect, but you're still crushing it, right? Neither one of you guys is like the born sales guy where I'm like, holy shit, this guy's crushing it just naturally in closing calls. None of you two are like that, but it's still enough to make freaking 58K a month. And it will be enough, mark my words, to make 100K a month as well. So that's pretty cool. And then the other thing that I wanted to say is you guys mentioned a team, right? So you have people that are doing a lot of the DMing for you. So you basically, the strategy, just for people are watching this now, the strategy is post Instagram reels, message the people that are engaging with this, get them on a call and close them. On top of that, we have paid shoutouts, which is a little bit more of an advanced strategy, which basically just means you're getting shoutouts on bigger pages for those Instagram reels, and you get more and more eyeballs on your profile, and then you have someone who DMs you. So how many people do you have that are DMing these people for you?
So like, you mean like lead gen people?
Exactly. Do you have 1 or 2? I can't remember.
So we have two full-time guys, yeah.
It's epic. And, you know, to be fair, these people don't cost a lot of money, so to speak, because these are not necessarily like trained, you know, certified experts that you need to hire for like 3, 4, 5K a month. A lot of times you can hire someone young who just wants to work from their phone, you know, location independence, time independence. And I mean, it's really not a lot of expenses that you have by having 1 or 2 people just taking over the DMing for you. So they're basically kind of doing the dirty work while you guys can focus on the things that are important to you, which is getting new clients, but mostly helping your clients, right? And that's kind of like the part that I feel, at least for you, is the thing that your guys are most excited about, like giving value to your clients, making sure that those folks are getting results. And that's what scaling looks like. I mean, with that, the profitability is still very high. You have a small team of 1 or 2, 3 people that are doing the DMing for you. I think you also have someone that helps you with the sales calls at this point.
Yeah, we have like one of the setters who is becoming like a closer pretty much. So he's doing a couple of sales calls as well.
Exactly. So like part of the plan for you guys to get you to the 100K is that at some point we completely remove you from the sales process. So we've kind of removed you like 50 to 75% from the sales process by having 2 people doing the lead generation for you, the DMing on Instagram. 1 person kind of does the pre-qualification, and then you're only dealing with people that are mostly qualified, and you can get them on board easily. But ideally, the end goal for us is to get you to a point where, you know, you're waking up in the morning and you got new clients that got onboarded, and you're making your 50 to 100K a month, and now you can focus on, of course, helping your clients. And, you know, then later on, you can also hire assistant coaches that help you with the accountability and so on and so forth. So that's where I say where the fun begins, you know.
I would like to touch on that point because it is part of the magic of creating systems and having a freedom business. We hanged out in Prague. We were sitting at a restaurant. And I remember at one point you checked your phone and you were like, gosh, like I just closed 9K. I didn't close 9K. My closer did, and just kind of witnessing that was a very special moment because we were like, okay, well, that's another goal, right? Being able to you know, control our time better to do the things we always wanted to do, and just kind of getting a little taster for that. In the last months, like maybe me just going on a date and then just whoop, you know, checking my phone, and then Dan's on the other side of the planet closing, or you know, Dan's maybe like on a plane, you know, to Italy, and I'm doing the live call. So now we just got to be able to gradually delegate that to a team.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, it will go faster than you think. It's a lot of the scaling, and we're going to wrap things up here in a second. A lot of the scaling part is just ironing out bottlenecks. And once they're all ironed out, all of a sudden, like next thing you know, you're closing 80K, 90K, and then even 100K. We have it with another client who coincidentally is also a dating coach, but in a local market in Germany. It was exactly the same with him. It was like, yeah, 15K, 20K, 30K, all good. And we just ironed out a couple bottlenecks. Boom, all of a sudden, holy shit, 60K, 70K, 85K now. And he's going to crack the 100K either this month or next. So it goes really fast once the things are ironed out. It's almost like, I think yesterday on the live call, we've talked about this. It's like you're in a boat and the boat is kind of leaky. And the moment you have all the leaks stuffed, all of a sudden the boat can go full speed up to the promised island. And that's what's going to be the case for you guys as well. Anything else that you guys want to mention here for people that are watching this right now? Any other message?
I really resonate with the flywheel method, which is like, if you keep putting stuff out there, like, you know, people are watching, you know, the content, like there's a 12K client that's watching that content, you know, he might not be like commenting, he might not be like liking the posts, but you know, the last week, last month, I basically like, yeah, I got 4 sales calls like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I made 30K in 4 days, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know, and that was like, fuck, man, like as long as you put in the work every day and you get the feedback, you know, all the results come, you know, but you need to be patient, I would say.
100%. Like, I mean, within a week, you can turn a relatively mediocre month within a week into an absolute record month. So it's all about consistency. It's all about doing the right thing. And you guys are obviously doing the right thing. Plus, you guys are giving great freaking results to your clients. And I mean, I hear it left and right that like your clients are crushing it. So that's really, really freaking beautiful. I'm going to tag you guys on Instagram as well. We're going to put your Instagrams down in the description below as well. So your Instagrams are dating by Dan and dating by Ed, I think, right?
That's right.
Hell yeah. So folks, check the fellas out. They're specialized, especially, you know, if you're coming back from a nasty divorce, you want to get back into the dating life. And the guys really know what they're talking about. And of course, under my personal guidance, it's also pretty cool. So Dan and Ed, hope to see you again this year. I'll be in Cyprus in October, November. So if you're around, come have a steak and cigar. Otherwise, maybe I'll see, or maybe even Nico will visit you in South America again, as you never know.
100%.
Thanks, Max.
And we're back here. By the way, I'm in beautiful Helsinki here today. And if you're watching this, you get inspired and you say, hey, Max, can you and your team also help me as a coach scale and automate my business to 50K, 100K and beyond? The answer is most likely yes. So you can hop on a free scaling call with me and my team. I'm gonna put a link down in the description below. In that link, you fill out a quick application just for us to see where your business is at right now, or if you're just getting started, what kind of goal you have or what kind of business ideas you have. Book that call. Is entirely for free. It's not going to be a pitch fest or anything like that. We're actually known at this point to give you precise steps. We're going to give you full game plan and so on and so forth. And yeah, link down in the description below if you also want to scale and automate your business. Speak soon there.